Good afternoon, everyone. This is an impromptu, off-the-cuff, nothing-planned stream. Although I did get dressed up for it, in that I put on a shirt, put in the eyes. I said I would appear and spread love when appropriate. It's not Monday night. It's not what I normally do. But you know what? Sharon's having issues streaming like she always does. Her shit's buffering. I'm not trying to swear. It's buffering like crazy. And it always happens. So Sharon, if you're watching, we got to get together and fix that because we can't hang out, man. I dropped in the chat and there was only one person watching and you're spinning, buffering. I'm like, man, I was looking forward to it, and I'm sure we all are. So yeah, we got to fix that. But I'm here today to spread love because love needs to be spread. Seems like there is only hate coming at me from one person, but there's hate coming at everybody from everybody. So just to, ignore all of that and ignore the hate coming my way, let's just spread some love today. Let's just hang out and let's just gain a little bit of perspective. So I really had no plan at all. Mary Ann's here, so we'll just hang out for a few minutes. It's only been a minute and a half since I started this, and we've got 2 watching. Welcome. Let's see who else shows up. I'm sure Tracy will. And yeah, we're not. I said I'm not picking sides, but if sides are picked for me, it's not. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm still going to continue to spread love and kindness and be as honest and forthcoming about my perspective as I can. But I'm not going to hide things. I'm not going to. I don't respect privacy. I don't. It's not a private world. I just went on and posted a comment about shit from my childhood that I haven't told anybody. Practicing what I preach. There's no privacy in the online world. There's not. Everything's on display because you put yourself out there. So when you share things privately, they're going to reach the surface. And if I shared something privately from her that I shouldn't have, that's on me, and I should probably own that, and I do. I get caught up just like everyone else does. I'm not perfect. So in an effort to spread the love, sometimes you got to reflect when you do something that might have been not cool. So there is no privacy in the online world. We're all guilty of oversharing other people's things. But, that doesn't make what I did right. So yeah, I am sorry that I overstep when I share private things. But can you really blame any of us? I'm not saying can you blame any of us for sharing private. Can you really blame any of us for sharing little private things that we deem insignificant? I can blame a lot of people for sharing private things that are hurtful and demeaning and attack people and spread the hate. That's the wrong thing to do. That's none of, you know what, I'm getting tripped up because I really didn't have a plan for this. So let's just give it a few more minutes and see who shows up. That's right, nobody's perfect. Yeah. So, all right, so for the 4 people that are watching, let's talk about what's going on. I opened myself up to a few new communities. I'd known a member of the community who hates me. God, she's so pissed at me. She's so pissed. And not just me, she's just so much anger in her. So I opened myself up to communities, and in meeting people, I still take an objective stance. When someone makes fun of somebody, I'll say, hey, that's not cool, but if I don't know why they're making fun of them, I'm not going to get into it. Maybe she's making fun of them because they made fun of her first. So I'm not going to jump to your defensive and say, don't cancer shame, don't do this, don't do that, because I don't know the whole story. I can say that person's my friend and I defend them. And the experiences I have with them, I will contribute my knowledge of that. But little squabbles between people, I'm not coming to your defense if it doesn't involve me. I'm sorry. You're my friend. I wouldn't expect you to come to my defense if it had nothing to do with you, I'm just going to come at it from a broad umbrella stance, looking at everything. A perspective, that's the word. I'm going to look at it from a big perspective of everything. And that is this. There's too much hate. There's just too much hate. Y'all are going to squabble with each other, and it's going to get views, and it's going to keep compounding. And here I am jumping on the bandwagon. I'm getting views, but you know what? I'm not monetizing. All I'm getting out of this is just something to do this afternoon. And it gets me a little kick because, hey, there's 6 of you watching me. Cool. What's that do for me? That's not really what it's about. So let's take a check whenever we go live. What are we doing? Why are we going live? Are we there to give ourselves a little ego boost because we're there and everyone's watching us? Or are we there to spread a message? And really, I got to ask myself that. What did I get out of this today? I needed something to do. I don't ever go live until this past week. I've gone live like 6 times. And it's because all of you guys bringing it out in me. The community bringing out that personality in me, making me want to branch out and talk to you guys and tell you about what I'm all about and find out what you're all about. I found out what so many people are all about. People are in recovery. People are still using drugs. People are getting, going left and right at each other's throats, attacking each other, and dealing with the same crap. You're all dealing with it. We're all drug addicts. We're all cancer patients. Everything is a cancer eating at us. And I'm not belittling or saying, everyone has cancer. I'm just saying everyone's being attacked with everything. And you attacking someone else because they attacked you, you're just adding fuel to the fire. And what are you getting? You're getting a little ego boost? You're getting some views? No, just spread that love. I don't hate anybody. And Tracy's gonna say some awful things about me. Probably gonna say, I can't believe he said this about me. That's fine. That's fine. I still love you, girl. I'm still gonna come back and say I love you. That's why I'm here. Because God tells us to do that. Turn that other cheek. I love you, girl. Survivor girl, I hope you survive cancer. And I hope you live to be 120 years old, and I hope you stream every day, and I hope every stream is filled with laughter and love and joy because you're a cancer survivor, and it's not filled with hate because someone made fun of you. People make fun of me all the time. That's why I'm going to this Dramaween roast. I can't wait for it. October 30th, be there. Gospel of Rant Gems with a Z. Rant Gems. Look him up, and I'll see you on October 30th. I'll be there. I'm leaving work early for it. Yeah. So I'm all about, roasting me. Make fun of me because it builds me up. It makes me stronger. And only certain people can say things that cut deep. And those people know who they are. Those people would be, one of them would be my ex. Yeah. I don't let a lot of things cut me deep because you can't in an online world. You gotta just ride with it. If someone looks at you and says, I think I've had people look at me and say, look at his eyes. He's still using. He's still hiding. He's still a junkie. He's masquerading. Let's turn it around on me. I've gotten that attacks. You know what I dealt? You know how I dealt with it? I didn't reply back. I didn't jump on the stream and say, I can't believe. I'm going to get real. I know I'm a godly man. I'm trying to clean up my mouth, but I got to be real. So I'm going to be real. I could have jumped on there. These motherfuckers, you won't believe what they're saying about me. They're saying I'm still on heroin. I've not worked 4 years to become this clean. That I could have approached it from a place of anger, but you don't do that, people. Nobody should do that. Take all that. Let everyone yell at you all day. Call you faking your illness, faking your addiction, faking your recovery, faking your personality. Let them attack you all day. Watch all of it. Take it all in. Feel like a piece of shit for an hour. Then reflect on your own content, on who you are, and why these people might be saying this about you. Maybe there is some perspective there. Maybe deep down inside, part of me is a piece of shit. Part of me does need work. That's why I allow the roasting, and I allow, I don't have this anymore. Some people liked it, some people didn't. And I might grow it back, I might not. But I had a couple people tell me, dude, I'm so glad you shaved that. You looked fucking stupid with that. Did it make me feel bad? Not a whit. I thought, you know what, maybe I did look stupid. I started watching old videos. Maybe I did look dumb. Wow. Yeah, you have to learn to laugh at yourself. I think that's kind of where I didn't really have a plan. Lady Compion knows. Lady Champion knows. It's an inside joke. She knows how I speak. And just from the past couple of days, I go off the cuff and I don't really plan for it. And I'm very just whatever comes out. So we don't have a plan today, but I think I can sum it all up in one message. Look at yourself. Look at the way people are looking at you. And before you react, take a good hard look and check in with God, check in with your God, whatever your God is. I'm not here to preach and force my God on you, but I will spread the good news. Christ is my God, and he always will be. He died. Dude, this guy, let me tell you about Christ. This cat. All right, so back in the day, this is from my understanding. Let me tell you a little story about the God I believe in, because everyone hears the story, but, you know, why do you have blind faith? I've never seen God with my own eyes, but I've seen God with my own eyes, because I've seen him in every face. Does that make sense? I've seen him in every facial expression. I've seen him in the anger. I've seen him in the joy, in people's reactions with each other. I've seen him in the hate that people spread online. I've seen God, but I've never seen God. So I have blind faith. Does that make any sense? So let me tell you the story about this God I serve. There was a woman. Her name was Mary. And one day she found out she was pregnant. Now, her and Joseph, they were married, but she was a virgin. They hadn't consummated their marriage. And this was a big deal. Like, oh, what the she's pregnant, but she's a virgin. And back in the day, I don't know how if they could prove this. I'm sure they had ways, medical ways, even 2,000 years ago, but they proved it. She was a virgin, and all of a sudden she's pregnant. This has to be a divine miracle. People are skeptical. There's no way. She's faking it, just like people are faking cancer out there. That's not real. You don't really have cancer. Well, maybe they really do. Maybe they really do. Maybe they should offer some proof. Maybe it's time. It's not up to me to say, but did they offer proof when Mary was a virgin pregnant? I don't know. I wasn't there. But I'm going to go on what everyone else was saying because I wasn't there. It's all I can go on. So let's move on. She was pregnant. 9 months later, what happens? You have a baby. There was nowhere. All right, so they didn't live well, these people. Clearly, they didn't live well. There were no hospitals back then. This is 2,000 years ago. I mean, this is... empires had risen and fallen by this point, but still, it wasn't like you could go down to the Med Express or, and be like, look, get me into the ER, I'm having this baby. No, they had a manger. They had camels. They had donkeys. They had just straw. They put the baby in a manger. This is the God we serve, in a manger. Not in a hospital bed with, IVs and everything and heart monitor making sure the baby's all right. No, just in a manger. You might live, you might die tomorrow. It's 2,000 years ago. Disease is rampant. He got crucified at 33 years old. He's probably only going to live to see 40 anyway. Let's be honest. People didn't live that long back then. So really, that was life. That was life, So he lived. And this man, as far as I was told, Jesus Christ was his name. His name was Jesus, and they named him the Christ, so that became his surname. And this man was named so because he was sinless. He was a boy. He was a child. And you know how children are. Children are we're very devious. I was a child. I'm still a child in my mind sometimes. Children are very devious. They're very mischievous. Very easy to sin. Very easily influenced. Children are. So this child didn't sin. Can you imagine that? A child not even sinning? That's hard to believe. Yeah, it's hard. I can understand why people are atheists. That's a hard thing to swallow. So this God of mine, this Jesus, didn't sin the entire life. But you know what? That still wasn't good enough for people. People still hated him because he started opening his mouth. He started opening his mouth and proclaiming he was God. Blasphemer. You heathen. Put him on the cross. He was crucified with 2 people that day. One of them was crucified upside down because he didn't even feel worthy enough to be crucified next to this man. That's how much of a king this guy was. You want to talk Andrew Tate? The G mindset? Read your Bible, people. Read the Gospels. Read the accounts of Jesus Christ. Read the words and the parables. Read the shit that he told you. There's the G mindset. Right there. I'm not saying Andrew Tate is not a good influence, because I was influenced greatly by him, and I still am. I'm influenced by everybody. I take everything into account, and I look at all of it before I make a decision. So yeah, a lot of the good things from Andrew I've taken and been influenced by. But he's no Jesus Christ. The G mindset. It's the J mindset, the Jesus mindset. The JC mindset. So let's end it here because we lost a couple. We're at 8 now. Spread love. I told you about my God and why I serve him. Because he was crucified and he went through some crazy shit in his life. He went through hell, literal hell. I mean, he starved himself for 40 days and 40 nights in a desert with Satan poking at him. You could turn this rock into bread and eat. You could end your suffering right now, but he didn't. And people have accounted and written about this. That's why I serve this God. That's why. That's why I spread this love. That's why I come on my channel and I talk to all of you. That's why I do my funny, goofy parodies that are sometimes inappropriate. God's calling me out. He's keeping me accountable. Yeah, but that's why I do it, because I want to reach all of you and I want to meet all of you. And then, maybe share my God with you. And if that's your thing, cool. If it spreads love, cool. If it makes you believe in something, if it makes you sleep tonight feeling a little bit more hopeful in this life, then my God has served you well, and he can be your God too. And if not, well, at least you got entertained for 16 and a half minutes. I love you all. Someone please go live now. Spread the love. And stop calling people cunts. It's very unbecoming. I love you guys. I love everybody.